I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get up off here. I've been seeing all this when it comes to the Diddy and Cassie, all of this stuff. And to me, I never care about the details. I never care about who said what, who did what, this, and that. It's sad that that happened, however it happened, you know what I'm saying? And being somebody, myself, who has experienced and survived, because this is survive, you gotta survive that shit. Survived, you know what I'm saying, SA, because on Instagram I'm trying to shut my shit off, who have survived something like that. Baby, somebody that has survived those things, right? I understand. All right, let me put it like this. Never mind the details. I don't care who did what, because I can go into who did what to me, when they did it. I can go into the details. I can tell you what the room looked like, what the room smelled like, and all of those things, right? But those things is not the things that matter the most when it comes to overcoming that stuff and being able to speak your truth. I'm proud of that girl for speaking her truth. I don't care what people say, because people are like, oh, well, it was a cash grab, this, and that. I don't care what you did it for. If this really happened to her, which it was very detailed, if this really happened to her, whether you believe it happened or not, I feel like the issue is, to me, the issue that constantly comes up when these situations come about. One of the things that people always say, well, if that happened to you, why you wait so long to say it? Why you ain't say something back then? Why you just now talking about it? You would have been said something. I would have handled it like this. You can't tell somebody how to handle a situation when they're in a situation like that. I don't care how you would have handled it. Maybe that person didn't have the oomph. Maybe they wasn't as bold as you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then maybe the situation wasn't exactly, all the details wasn't what your situation was. You can't tell somebody how to handle something. You can't tell them when to speak on it. And as somebody who was around the people who violated me growing up, family members and all, I am someone who suppressed those memories to fucking survive. To survive. So when you talk about, well, why was you around this person, or why didn't you say nothing? Oh, well, you was in a picture with them. Nigga, you don't know that, you don't be present. I'm gonna speak from personal experience and what needs to be said. I feel like what needs to be said, because I've always been an advocate for this, and there are many people that I've talked to so many times over these years, when it comes to these things and overcoming these things, you gonna block up your throat chakra, baby. You gotta say that shit. I don't want people to look on these apps, this social media shit. This shit make me sad, yo, because I was somebody who suppressed that shit for a long time. These days I speak up on it, and I don't fuck with the people who did that shit to me. And I'll stand up against a whole motherfucking stadium full of these motherfuckers. I don't care. So for it to be, and for me to see people that's suffering in silence, who's in a place where I used to be, where I wasn't okay with speaking up with this stuff, because I thought of all the things, and then, mind you, it happened prominently by one person, right? So when I spoke up on that as a child and I wasn't protected, I decided I ain't gonna say nothing else, because they ain't gonna believe me anyway. That was a subconscious decision. I literally remember telling myself, like, I went to therapy. I did not say nothing about it. I was around these people and everything. I was around these people, and every time I tried to speak to the adults in my life about it, well, those things happen. Those things happen, and you just don't talk about it. Well, that happened to me. And if any of those things happen to you, you need to be talking to somebody too. But I remember a counselor telling me, a therapist telling me, cut these people off and all their enablers. And I kept going back and kept going back and kept going back. But then I'm like, I can't do this. Me having kids, me thinking about, damn, what if these people violate my kids? And then I kept finding out that this person did more and more and more. The moral of the story, more and more, it wasn't just me. Just put it like that. Usually when these people do these things, it's not just one victim. Because if they can get away with it with one person, they're going to continue to try to get it away. They're going to continue to get away with it until somebody speaks up. So regardless of the case went for, you know what I'm saying, years, and exposing every single thing, this, and that, the fact that it's even put out there, I feel like makes a difference. Because people was like, well, where do they go now? She got paid, now she gonna be quiet, this and that. No, what needed to be exposed needed to be exposed. I don't got nothing to do with none of that stuff. I don't understand. I don't know the full details of their situation, but I'm speaking from somebody who has suppressed certain things like that for a long time based off of, well, it happened so long ago. Why talk about it now? And those things like that discourage people from speaking their truth. And if you're discouraging somebody from speaking their truth, then you're hindering their healing process. And they can never be at their full fucking potential because they always got this thing hanging over them. They always got this thing. It don't matter. That motherfucker is going to chase you. That shit shows up in every area of your life. If you don't believe me, I got some fucking stories. If you don't believe me, I can show you where that shit showed up in my life every fucking where, and I did not realize it until I faced it. I turned around and faced that shit. Now I can't run away from this shit no more. So when y'all get on this app, and these apps, and y'all trying to tell somebody how they should have handled their situation, that shit bother me. When y'all trying to tell somebody that, well, it happened so long ago, you shouldn't speak on it. No. Because if it happened in this lifetime, baby, it ain't too long ago. Because guaranteed that shit is fucking with your health, it's fucking with your mental health, it's fucking with your physical health, it is fucking with you spiritually, and you won't even know. It's motherfuckers that die from diseases and ailments and shit that's connected to their chakras because they blocked up them chakras because of the things that happened in their childhood. Nigga, I ain't ready to be one of them. So I'm just irritated that people still have the audacity or don't have compassion. And if you don't have compassion, you don't understand it, still just shut the fuck up. Because how can you tell somebody how long it took for them to face some shit? And why is this the one taboo thing? Niggas violating somebody's body, and that's the thing they can't talk about. I can talk about the time I got to fighting. I can talk about, me and this person got to arguing. I can talk about when somebody stole some money from me. I can talk about when somebody try to steal my fucking car keys. And I can talk about all those things. And I can talk about somebody else's business, but I can't tell what my family member did to me. I can't talk about what this person who was in a quote unquote boss position, or this person that was in a relationship with me who violated me, or regardless, whoever. I can't talk about the things that my body was being violated. I can't talk about SA. They done made it to the point where you can't even say the word. You got to put initials, SA. That's how sick and twisted this shit is. And I be being quiet. I be seeing so much going on. But when I encounter people in my daily life who have experienced these things, and they're telling me their stories and they're afraid to speak up. I was that person. These days, I don't give a fuck. A nigga try to sit in my face and tell me they don't know what I was talking about. I went across his motherfucking shit. Because you're not going to sit in my face and lie, bitch. You and I both know what happened. So I understand the anger. I'm an empath, so I feel other people's emotions and shit like that. So that shit make me cry for people. For real. Especially since I've been through it. And I understand that I've been through the things in my life for me to be able to, because I was equipped to be able to heal from these things and pass that knowledge on, pass that healing on, pass that information on. Because I've been through I done been through some shit. So I understand my purpose, my journey here and shit. So I'm understanding, instead of it allowing it to control my life, I had to find ways to heal, because it's not gonna overtake me. I'm gonna overcome you before I let you overtake me. So that's what I had to learn. And the first thing that came with those steps of me healing and getting to the place where I am now, to be able to understand and dissect and know how to heal from this shit, was me speaking my truth. So when I hear people trying to muzzle people, I literally had to tell, fuck it, I'm going to say it. I had to tell my mama, you're not going to muzzle me. You're not going to muzzle me. I'm going to tell my story. I know you ain't going to like it because you don't like how it's being portrayed and stuff like that, but I got to speak my truth, because that was the thing that freed me when the first time I sat down with a therapist. I told them about all the other things that went on in my life, this, and that for some reason that just came out. Well, I was such and such as a child. I couldn't believe I said that shit, because I couldn't believe how long I held it in. I couldn't believe that I didn't even understand how I was able to hold that in. I didn't understand how I was able to be around these people. They broke that shit down to me of how I was able to hold it in, be around these people, all those things. I was literally suppressing those things. And the one thing that started my healing journey was me even just saying it out loud. So no matter where it goes, this for anybody that ever been through something like that, no matter who the person was, no this, and that, at some point you're going to understand that it's not even necessarily about the people. It ain't about the people, the situations, this, and that. Yeah, you're going to go through those thoughts and shit like that, but it ain't even about the people or who did what and this, and that. It's going to be about how you overcome that shit. And that's and what it's affecting your life and the residuals, everything in your life. And when I y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. That song Work Me Out is a prime example of that. This ain't I'm trying to promote this, and that. Y'all don't understand. When I write, when I make my music and shit like that, that's why I don't just throw shit out. That's why I don't just throw music out, this, and that. Because that shit come from a healing place for me. That shit come from a healing place for me. Work me out in there. Somebody like, oh, well, she nasty, this, and she a freak. For my man, yeah. What the fuck is you talking about, nigga? I'm talking about him in the whole song. But the whole purpose of that was using the tools that I've learned from dealing with anxiety, which is learning to be grounded and being present in the moment, to enjoy that moment so that I can fully experience what's going on. Now, one of the things that, you know what I'm saying, going through something like that robs you of is feeling in control of your own body, in control of your own environment, and not being able to be fully in the moment. Because in those moments, you kind of, I know what I did was I zoned out. I wasn't there. That turns into a pattern. And then it's like your mind going on to autopilot. So I wanted to be able to enjoy the moments that I'm having sexually with my person and not, you know what I'm saying, trying to go on autopilot because I don't want these flashes of these things. This is some straight intimate shit right here. These flashes of these things that have happened to me, or I've spoken to other people who have not been able to fully enjoy sex for the beautiful thing that it is because of what they experienced. And those people, whoever did that to you, is basically robbing you of your power. They're robbing you. You can manifest through sex, nigga. Like, so for somebody to be able to dictate what you can manifest in your life, what you can enjoy in life based off of them being a weirdo, that's I'm not letting nobody do that to me. I'm not letting nobody do that to me. So in that song, when you hearing me very descriptive about sit upon his dick and I wind my hips, nigga, I'm making myself be in the moment. I'm speaking that shit. I'm talking. I'm you know what I'm saying? We here with it. When you talk about anxiety and bringing yourself back into the moment, one of the techniques that I always use, I learned this a long time. I don't even remember where I learned this from, but I learned this shit a long time ago, and it has helped me and other people around me, people that I have encountered, when it comes to how to bring yourself back into the moment. Look around you. Pay attention to your environment. Name one thing. You can start it off with one. I done had times where I had to name 5 things. Name one thing for each sense, each 5 senses. I smell this, I taste this, I hear this, I see this, and I feel this. And if it take you doing more than one each sense per sense, either ways, do that shit until you bring yourself back into that moment and making sure you're breathing. All of those things are important when you're engaging sexually with your partner and really being able to connect and enjoy sex for what it really is. So I say all this to say, stop telling people how to handle their trauma. For the people who have been through SA, speak your truth. Even if you don't say it out loud, you don't got to say it on social media. You don't got to say it to the person, this, and that. You can write a letter, but you got to face it. You got to face it. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't You're not allowed to, or to make you feel bad because you suppressed it so long. Because you're gonna say, oh well, I ain't said this long because I ain't said this long, and then you're gonna continue to keep holding it in. And I remember one time, I remember literally saying, once I had opened Pandora's box, because that's what the fuck I call this shit. When I had opened Pandora's box, I remember after I started to be ostracized and certain things, and I started to feel bad, and all these thoughts started to race back in about the things that I have been suppressing all this time. I remember telling myself, I'm not dealing with this. I'm gonna take this shit to my grave. I ain't talking about it no more. Cause I saw that I felt the backlash and all that. Nowadays, I don't give a fuck, bitch. You're not gonna bully me not to tell my truth. I don't care. Oh well, this person saying this person saying you lying because you took too long to say something, this and that. Motherfuckers try to bully me to get me to not tell my truth. And when you don't speak your truth, you're hurting yourself. Fuck them people. Fuck them people. So like I said, speak your truth. Do not block up your throat chakra. Your ass be done died from throat cancer somewhere fucking around with these people. You gonna let them people rob you of your life after they robbed you of your innocence? Fuck them people. Yeah, the horn just blew. I'm gonna get the fuck up off here because I got shit to do. But I'll talk to y'all later. I hope somebody was able to get something from that. I would apologize about the words, about the swear words, but I'm not blocking up my throat chakra and I'm not sorry. So I'll talk to y'all another time.